Yo, what's going on, guys? Today is Sunday, the 28th of February. We are doing Sunday Stock Talk, and we're kind of just going to go over our market sentiment, how we feel going into the week. Going to be looking at a few tickers that you guys have sent us, and overall, just kind of get a feel for the market and how we're going to take our plays going into this week. So, my partner over here, CJ, was talking to me about a potential correction play. We'll see what's up.
So obviously, okay. So right now futures are gapped up, like you said. We had the stimmy news. Sounds like Pops is going past some more stimmies, but on a bigger time frame, two things. Pull up a TLT chart. TLT is a 20-year bond. You can pull up TLT and if you pull up on a daily, so you can really get a good sense of what I'm eyeballing here. Okay, so the last time we popped on the TLT was, if you look, it was maybe like January 27th of 2020. So can you go back that far? Does it go back that far?
I'll pull up maybe a further out chart, like a 3-year
Okay,
weekly.
that's fine. Yeah, so I called this out back in the day. Matter of fact, we saw that bull flag and we saw it, kind of pop. And when we had that vicious run up, that was end of January into March 2020. And guess when we dumped off? End of January 2020, all the way into March 2020. So,
Mm-hmm.
not saying that that's going to happen again here, because if you pull up a SPY chart, can you pull up a SPY chart right next to it too? Same thing, time frame. And again, like I said, I'm not, saying that we're going to dump off. I'm just saying this is something we should definitely be aware of. But if you notice, that plummet we had coincides about the same time that we had that run up there. So TLT bouncing heavily off the 200 SMA. Look at the volume on TLT compared to the volume when we had that dump off in
Okay.
March 20. You know what I'm saying? So just something to watch. Keep an eye out on. And then one last thing, if you could pull up where Riot is, if you could pull up a chart of XLP. This is my last bear case, and then we're gonna get into bull case too because it stonks, right? So TLT is breaking the 200 SMA on the daily time frame, and the last time we broke the 200 again was February 2020, and that's again around the same time we dumped off. So XLP is the consumer staples,
Mm-hmm.
basically kind of how much are Americans really spending, outside, right? Target, Walmart, all that stuff. So last time we broke the 200 SMA, like I said, was February 28th of 2020. We had a nice little bounce, and then we dumped off into March, which again was the last correction we had. So again, like I said, just those two things, keep an eye out on.
All right. Yeah. So we're actually pretty close to correction territory on Nasdaq on QQQ. However, we do have futures that have popped about 1% each. And so that is something to keep in mind. Personally speaking, at least, I am in long. So there is a small bias on that because I am in Starbucks calls along with QQQ calls that I'm swinging. That said, though, my bullish case is more so on stuff that I'm be taking this week. 4-hour charts for a majority of the things that I play are crossing to the upside on my MACD indicator, and we're also pushing ones and zeros for our custom indicator set. So that's something just to keep in mind. This is on ES and NQ, which are SPY and Nasdaq futures, and also for ES, we're gonna cross over pretty soon, and we just had that crossover for NQ. So just something to keep in mind. Also, just in terms of hourly, we are kind of pushing a good bit, and we're neutral to bullish. So that is another little thing for you to keep in mind. We did have a reversal ping for hourly chart on NQ along with hourly chart for ES, and I think we're kind of rounding out a bottom personally. And it looks like NQ is pretty much done with the move, maybe to like 13,300. and maybe we see 200 SMA act as a resistance point. But at least personally, I'm pretty long biased going into this week, and there's pretty good setups just in tech overall. I know that we just hit, like, check this out. We have a daily crossover for Spucks, and it had this huge run. I caught this move 200% in the same day, and it does it. I think we still have a bit of room for this thing to keep running. Also, on top of that, I just like seeing how tech's kind of been rounding out pretty much. I saw that Apple's starting to cross back downwards. However, I did notice that we are making higher lows. So that said, we're kind of rounding out, and overall, I think we'll kind of see a small recovery, cup-shaped recovery. I think Apple's been a little slow personally. Same with Amazon. But I mean, I can agree with the bearish sentiment as well. I can see what you're saying, because at least like with things like Amazon, it's just been pummeled and pummeled and pummeled. We're about to cross on a 4-hour chart though, and I think that we might be able to see this thing go back up to like 24, or I mean 30, 32, 40. So that's at least me personally, at least.
Hey, and I got some bull cases too. So first one I really like is Tesla potential long. Ideally, if they can get back above 707, I think they have a clear run to maybe 720, maybe 726ish, with a little bit of pow, and that would be, again, right now market looks pretty down, but again, once futures or once pre-market updates, I think Tesla could very well gap up, maybe above the 700 range, and then again, like I said, if they break above 707, I'm personally gonna look to get calls up to 720. But I also like the downside as well because they are making a little bit of an H. So if they can hold 650 to the downside, I'm looking to get puts back down to maybe 620, which is the low we had. What was that on? The low we had on the 23rd. So again, I like that either direction. I think that's about a 20 something move to the upside, 20-point move to the downside. So I like that one. I also like, believe it or not, I kind of like Facebook. Facebook can open up above, I'm thinking 260 and a half, which is like right above all of those SMAs. I think we can have a nice little run, probably back to like 262, maybe 265.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now we'll kind of start making an inverted head and shoulders as well, which I think would be pretty nice to see. That's my upside case. Obviously, downside case. Maybe break below 252 and a half. I think it could get pretty good. Or even 255. I take 255 below 255, grab some puts down to 252 and a half, and then we scoop some calls for the balance of that period. So like I said, Tesla. I mean not Tesla, Facebook both sides.
Okay. I'm just gonna be taking tickers from members and people in our room. So that said, if anyone has any tickers, feel free to shoot it. I know Dusty and Meterms are here. I also have other requests from different rooms. So
Hey, I had a quick question.
what's up?
First off, are you recording this?
I am recording this,
Okay.
so don't say anything crazy.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't say nothing. If you could just show me the app chart.
Yes.
But I was gonna ask like a trader's question. Like, y'all know how y'all do trading like full time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got killed during like this correction because I was an idiot and I didn't take profits. Like, would you recommend just like doing what y'all do, like where y'all just do like 3 trades a week and that's it, like just hold mostly cash? Because like I was in like so much swing trades and I got like destroyed.
So personally, at least, I'm not taking more than 3 trades a day because I feel like my performance going further into the day drops drastically as, say, I become mentally more fatigued when I look at the charts. Another thing that I like to do is keep the majority cash. At any time, I'll be in a position from $3,500 to $15,000. So I don't want to be swinging a lot of cash overnight, or I mean a lot of money in a position. So I'll be majority cash, like 80% cash, 90% cash, because I don't want to be caught in, say, a gap down, or in this case, ES and NQ are gapped up, and say I swung puts over the weekend, now I'm screwed when the market opens. So at least personally speaking, in terms of like a general kind of a good practice to have, is either take a very long expiry. I've been taking those April 1st, despite it being February, and that kind of covers my downside. And I've also been buying, a little deeper in the money, especially with the kind of uncertainty that we've been having. So, a good practice is to either protect your downside with longer expiry times and, in the money contracts, or just don't swing positions. I haven't been swinging a lot of positions recently. The main one that I've been doing was Exxon and Starbucks and QQQ. But other than that, I haven't really been swinging positions because of the volatility overnight and the possibility of me waking up being down 20% in the morning and not being able to sell.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Let's.
Did you already chart out Spucks? I think they have some nice upside this year.
I have not. I'm about to get into some charting.
Hey, let's get it.
So yeah, let me just whip out the iPad real quick so we can start drawing on some charts. But pretty much, what I would want to really emphasize on here, Meterms, is the contract selection. I don't know what kind of positions you're taking, but you're saying you're taking a lot of swings. So I'd be hoping that you're taking long expiry with like in the money positions, because that's what can protect you a lot from downside.
Yeah, that's what I think is like messing me up is the downside, especially like I don't know, like when you turn on the like I don't know, say Robinhood and you're down 20%, you're like holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I have longer expirations, like I have 416 on them, but they're out of the money just because like they're way cheaper for me to like afford. But like I understand that I should be getting more in the money.
Yeah. So in that case, I would say maybe sacrifice a little bit of the time. Maybe go from like 416 to like 41, but buy in the money, because it'll be about the same in cost, but you do have that extra protection in case it goes against you. Because when you're out of the money, you're already taking that extra hit on theta. That's more than what you would be taking if you bought the same thing at the money or in the money, even though you bought time. The out of the money factor on the position itself is what's going to be kind of eating you.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right, so I really quickly wanted to hit an Apple chart. So in terms of a 4-hour chart, I think Apple's pretty strong. We're kind of again having that really slow round out of the chart overall. So when you pull it up, I'll just put up a 20-day one. We're kind of slowing down our descent here, and we pulled up a 121.29 reversal to the upside, and we had a very recent crossover on MACD along with a recovery from oversold on RSI. So that's just something to keep in mind, especially with this gap up that we're currently having on futures. I think that we can definitely see Apple kind of recover a bit from this oversold.
Real quick, sorry to interrupt. What are futures sitting at the moment?
Futures are up 1% for both ES and NQ. And that's based off of stimulus news.
Been trying to really hold against the correction.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
And so basically, until I like see a reason to start, taking really long short positions, I'm not gonna play against the Fed kind of thing. That's how you quickly lose your money. They'll pump money until the end of time.
Oh no, I'm not Nick by any means. See, here's the deal: is that so I've been talking to my buddies at Raymond James. It also helps them. The fiance is also the associate there.
Mm-hmm.
They're expecting a correction, but the problem is that if we're already positive in futures, I don't think it'll be the full-on correction we're looking for here. It's not the fact that I'm not talking like a March correction, like back in March, but just like a small few percentage drop and then back we're already positive tomorrow, I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah. I feel like we definitely need to see some sort of correction at some point, but I'm not going to be buying positions in advance and taking L's over and over playing against the market. I definitely feel like we saw a lot of the dip kind of already happen from that all-time high that we were at maybe, 2 weeks ago. So that said, I think overall we could head a little lower, but we did hit profit target from back when we were at 330. And I remember I even pointed out that we were starting to form a H pattern, and it came out, to the full thing. We landed on 4-hour 200 SMA, and that was kind of it. And I don't think we fell back under there since then.
No, this is probably the biggest correction we've had in a long time, and that's kind of where I'm sitting at. I'm just like, okay, like, do I really want to bet against the market now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, as far as general market view goes, if we're down even a little bit more tomorrow, like, I would say if we opened up red tomorrow, I would probably buy it. Like, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of shopping for my long-term portfolio recently, mainly because of everything kind of being on sale. Because we haven't been at these levels in a little bit, and so if the market overall does maybe slide a little further, I don't mind, because we are back in like, I want to say like last year December levels, and I wouldn't mind scooping a few shares here and there. I've mainly been buying into stuff like Tesla and like Microsoft and QQQ. But that's not financial advice. I'm just stating what I'm. I'm just stating what I'm doing.
I'm gonna sue you for exactly 2 Porsches.
Hey, I don't have a second one anymore, bro.
What happened to the second one?
I got a Mercedes Benz over it.
Oh, dude, you're actually wait. We already had the Porsche. You already know about the cost of fixing them.
Yeah. Yeah, you said the 2 Porsche. It's been a minute, man. Sheesh.
I know. I was talking about your guys' Porsche the other day, and I actually just got a new Mustang. That's about all my hype for the week.
Nice. Is it 5.0?
I did the 5.0 5-liter V8, but I went for I found this guy who was auctioning one off. Got great mileage on a 2018. Like this thing was baby its entire life. It's like I'll have fun with this for about 2 years.
I feel it, man. Sweet. Congrats, man.
Appreciate it, but back to the market situation. Honestly, I feel like we're about to have a market. What is it called? Yes, thank you. That is where I feel like we're about to end up. Not here any term in the next month or so, but just right around April. That's where I see it happening. Like banks taking it higher around or something.
Yeah, I've been really long on banks personally. I'm in pretty heavy in JP Morgan shares. Again, not financial advice. But I've been pretty bullish on banks, and as we've seen, tech kind of slide a little bit. I've been seeing banks, and they've been holding super well. And I noticed that I think it was ever since JPM had their earnings, they have not had very much red. And I mean, from all-time high, I mean they're down $8, but they're holding on to 50 SMA. Here, I'll pull up the chart for you guys. They've been holding on to 50 SMA, and I'm actually looking at them going into this week, Monday, for a kind of reversal play. We are super oversold, in my opinion. But that said, we are kind of basing out right here. Although the play would be that if it falls below, I take this thing short down to 135, 136. But if we can hold on, I'll play it again back to all-time highs. Overall, I think it's pretty strong, and overall, I wouldn't mind taking a more of an options position on this one for 3 weeks out.
Hey, I got a chart. I want you to take a look at it if you can.
What you got, homie?
Take a look at Airbnb. I think they have a nice little run towards new all-time highs, possibly.
My guess is there's some sort of bull flag on this 200 SMA. Is that what you're kind of looking at? Hourly chart.
I was looking more so at the daily. Let me go back real quick. So yeah, I was looking more so kind of at the daily. The all-time high right now is at 220.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking if we kind of do like a nice little gap, maybe open at like 215, grab some calls for a run to 220, and if we break 220, could see maybe 225 midweek.
Okay.
We got a nice double bottom there going on the 1 hour, so definitely somewhat bullish on Airbnb. And then I think they have earnings. Oh, they just had earnings on the 25th, even on the run up soon. So I'm pretty bullish on Airbnb this week.
I mean, it ain't bad. I haven't played Airbnb personally. I don't think it's been around long enough for SMA lines to even exist on it yet. But overall, I mean, shoot. I looked at it on an hourly. I'm like, that looks kind of like a bull flag, except for this like last 1 hour candle in after hours.
Right.
But after hours, you kind of take that with a grain of salt. I think we kind of hold on to this area and then pop. So I'm definitely gonna keep that on the watch list for the night.
I mean, either way, those green candles is what gets me. Because even if you're looking at the bull flag, I mean, you still got the 3 crow setup.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I guess it would be what's the vice opposite of that one?
I think it's like some like 3 soldiers or some shit.
Yeah, something like they always have a funny name. But either way, it's basically a 3 soldier setup. The only thing I don't like is that one long view. That's about it.
Yeah, it's mainly it's kind of those like long wick candles that you see. It's like it's a little bit of like I don't know, but overall the setup's there. And again, I keep after hours as well as like kind of a grain of salt thing, so just something to keep in mind. I'm looking at Twitter right now. I'll put that on my screen right now. Someone had requested for me to check it out. Twitter is on this insane tear recently. I don't really know what the whole gap up situation was personally, but in terms of an hourly chart and like a 4-hour chart, they are mega bullish. And you just have a crossover. Although it's a little overbought on RSI, I think that we can continue to watch this thing maybe retest an all-time high at 81. Might just be me, but it also kind of has this like wedge pattern going on. So we'll see with that one. That one's gonna kind of just follow tech, is my guess. But I think we can maybe retest all-time high.
Yo, okay, I got 2 more for you. One is the fan favorite, Palantir.
I'm in shares of this one. Not financial advice. Bullish. Bullish. Glad we all agree.
We bounced this area back in January, and we bounced it again back in last November. So I'm thinking if we can hold this 24, it's go time. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm personally in shares. I'm in about $25,000, although my buy-in was not as great as it could have been. I'm still bullish and I'm still holding my shares. I might actually enter options above 25 for the hourly chart. I think above there we can definitely get to that 30 area, and that'll be where I plan on selling the position. That'll be 20% stock gain. I don't know what that would be like on options, but I'm sure it'd be pretty nice.
Also, if you could take a look at DKNG, DraftKings, their daily looks like they got a nice flag going on.
On hourly, it's just a super nice bull flag too.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, what do you think? Maybe we'll break above 65, maybe 64.80. What do you think?
Here, let me pull out a longer time frame really quick. Yeah, maybe just retest 65 with that kind of flag pattern that we've got going. Overall, I mean, it looks pretty fresh. I like it.
Hey, Art, what do you think about NNDM?
NNGM, I haven't touched it in a minute. It's been mega beat up.
Looking at him.
Let's see. Well, NNDM, I said I would enter it if it held on to 12, and it didn't. So it's just been sliding since then. I think that $8 mark's kind of like a little key area, $9 whole number as well. That said, I'm pretty sure Kathy's been selling all her shares.
She sold like 200,000, but I think she has like a few million. I don't know. I need to check up on that.
Yeah, that's kind of been like the main thing that, like the stock has a good bit of hype in it, so it's a little bit of a kind of a dangerous play, at least for me personally.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I think I need to see it above maybe like $10 or $11 first.
Okay.
That's at least me personally, though.
Can you take another look at Wish? I don't know if you ever traded this, but it went public back in the last year, like December 16, 17. Kind of hitting below. I'm thinking maybe double bottom.
Wish is just $ Wish.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We had a reversal on hourly at 1865.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, they have earnings on the 8th of March, so I'm thinking maybe just take some shares, ride this thing maybe from 20 to like 22, 24 before earnings. Look it out.
Yeah, I think above 20, you can definitely see this thing be fairly bullish. You have the neutral RSI, and you've recently had a crossover. You have the reversal and everything. I mean, overall, it's pretty bullish. I would just want to see confirmation above 20, and I'd take it. I like that, actually. I'll add that to watch list.
Grab shares on that thing, a couple hundred.
Let them roll. Yeah, I might grab shares and options for something like that, and I am not a financial advisor, but you know the vibes. Yeah, but we got that neutral RSI. I mean, we can't go either way, but we do have a crossover, and our custom script does show a reversal to the upside. So I would just want it to break above 20, and I'll hop into that. And then, I'd set my profit target to like 24 or 22.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, 22, 24. Yeah.
So overall, I mean, looks pretty damn good, bro. I'd call myself a fan of that one.
I mean, that's really it for me, bro. I mean, one last thing. I know you're swinging it. It's a little sensitive. Q's, man. Talk to me.
Q's bullish. Let me see. I haven't looked at it yet.
I think above.
I'm in 310C, so.
Yeah, I was about to say above 320. I'm bullish on seeing back up to like 325.
Okay, so here's the thing with Q's, okay? So, Q's, sensitive topic, not really. No, alright, so here's what I'm seeing personally, right? The reason why I took this is I think tomorrow, my guess was on Friday, I was like, look, Monday is either a flat or a green day, because what I'm looking for here is like an inverse head and shoulders play. So we got one shoulder here, head, and then the shoulder here, we kind of dipped, and then we're starting to form that again. We ate up this candle right here in after hours, and I think we rip back up to like 325. We're already at 318, by the way.
Like I said, above 320, I'm long. I'm bullish back to 324, 325 with you. But below like
310.
below 311.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. I mean, 310 ideally, but 311, I would probably start a small short position.
I feel it.
I'd add. I mean, cause keep in mind, I mean, that was the low of Friday, and that was the low of what was that? What day is that there? 223.
223. Oh, like 224. March.
Yeah,
I mean, not
yeah,
March.
yeah.
February 24th.
Yeah, so below 311, I'd probably start a short position. Break 310, I'm sizing up, and I'm riding that thing down to probably like 308, 307.
Okay. Yeah, I think mainly, I think I'm just gonna keep slinging my stuff, but overall, I think we're gonna see QQQ make a pretty like stellar looking recovery tomorrow, especially with the stimulus news. We have that inverse head shoulders, and I definitely think that's gonna kind of help us in terms of technicals, because I know fundamentals are out the window, and they have been for I don't even know how long anymore. So definitely something to keep in mind. But we do have a crossover, and we have a neutral RSI for QQQ on a 4-hour. We did break above 20 SMA, and we're sitting on that as like support. So I'd say maybe like, I want to say like 325. That's my profit target on my swing play right now.
Is that on Q's?
That's on Q's. Yep.
I'm with you.
So yeah, does anyone have any other things that you'd like me to like check out? Tickers, general trading questions.
Let me see. Oh, if somebody wanted to watch us trade live and actually see us getting these trades, enter, exit,
Oh.
I agree.
So, if you wanted to watch me trade live, let me tell you about something. I'm currently owning a group chat here with my business partner CJ, and we have a room where we're basically going live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, doing live trading where you can watch my entries and exits and kind of just shadow me and watch me do my job pretty much. And I'll be narrating and going over why I'm entering a position, why I'm exiting, all the reasoning behind, a stock drops because of technical analysis. And on top of that, overall, we're just looking at the market and how it kind of performs based on different scenarios. You can join it in the link in the description. And that said, it is free currently. We are open for free up until the summertime.
Now, is this paper money we're trading or Monopoly?
Oh, this is on some real money trades. This is Monopoly money. Get out of here, bro. Now, these are real money trades. You're able to, if you wanted to, you can even look into our order numbers and, look us up. So, yeah, that's a quick gist of us. Feel free to join. Live every morning at open. And Super Green Week, let's get it. So that will conclude tonight's watch list. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your requests. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.